You've got mail.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty. I had a pen in my pocket a minute ago. Who knows where it went? Hi there.
Oh, there you are.
All right, we just did the pledge, and we had minutes going to table till the 16th. And we have payroll in the amount of $174,354.53 for the 26th of October, and $177,330.31 for October 9th. Anybody have any questions on those?
I make a motion we approve the minutes at table 1116.
No, you mean the payroll?
Or
Yeah,
I meant, yeah, I don't have that.
I knew what you meant.
Payroll for the 26th and 9th. I'm sorry.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor say aye. Okay. Then we need to acknowledge receipt of the payroll claims accounts payable report and $232,455.50.
Go ahead and make a motion that we acknowledge receipt of the payroll claims accounts payable report, amount of $232,455.50. And I'll second that.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, let's catch up and sign some things there, Dan. Coming at you. The date today, second.
Yeah.
That's the last one. Okay, we have no hand type checks. So back here, would you? So, Landon, looks like you're up.
About the claims.
Yeah, we got claims.
Oh, I skipped. I checked that off already. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we had the claims to approve here in the amount. It's a hefty one. $591, $994, and 82 cents. So I'm guessing we're buying more aggregate material.
Yeah, and there was almost $200,000 for voting machines.
Okay. Yeah.
I make a motion we approve claims in the amount of $591,994.82. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Now, there's no hand type checks, so we're back to.
All right. Now, Landon, you're up. How you doing?
Commissioners, my name is Matt Steckler.
Oh, yeah, Matt. You're not Landon.
This is Landon.
Yeah.
I'm the president of Core Facilities.
Just so you know, we met the other day. We met and talked about what he's going to present for you today, and he's not a newbie to this business. He's going to explain to you, and I thought it sounded really interesting for us because we know it, particularly with Don. At some point, Don's going to retire, probably the same year I do, and we need to have some plans in place for that, so that's what Matt's gonna present to you. How many years you been doing this, Matt?
20.
You'll get it right before long, you keep working at it, you'll be okay.
And this, here's this,
Okay.
and I'll give you that one,
Okay.
and then here's this.
Okay,
Commissioners, I do appreciate your time allowing me to be here today. I will be extremely brief on my end. If you would like to discuss this further, and we can go as deep as you want, but I do appreciate your time and definitely do not want to be long-winded. I'll keep it at 10,000 feet and we can dig in from there. So extremely briefly, my name is Matt Steckley. I'm the president of Core Facilities. I am owner-operator. I started this firm. I've been in facilities management / project management for 20 years, my entire career. Heavy background in project management, single craft as well as multi, and then facilities consulting, maintenance, operations, that line of work. I worked for several global firms in the industry as well as reforming Parke County government's real estate portfolio, resulting in close to $400,000 a year in reduced savings / avoidance. So I've got a great track record and learned from some of the best in the business, so I have pursued my own firm. I'm currently working throughout the state of Indiana. Our foot's in the door with a good amount of counties by now. Next door, Vermilion, Montgomery County, Martin County, Noble, the town of Shoals, quite Blackford, Jay County. So
I was fascinated by what you did. Just tell them what it is you do and how
okay,
that
so
works.
it's kind of interesting where all this came to be. So I kind of started my own firm with, there's a line of general contractors / architects for big renovation and new construction. And I found that there's really no one doing what I'm doing. It's very niche. So we have all these existing assets, all these existing buildings with heavy mechanical infrastructure and building systems in them. And so no one's really going after that or looking at that. And I'm kind of like, these buildings exist. You have no choice in maintaining them. You have to. So this whole kind of program throughout the state and working with individual counties and commissioners has been extraordinary, to say the least. It all started with a jail standard. So the ISA, the Indiana Sheriff's Association, headed up by Steve Luce. I was talking with him and came across there's a standard that says every sheriff shall have a documented maintenance program and updated annually. So I found out from a new sheriff that was trying to just make sure regulatory he was up to speed, and he didn't have it. And he reached out to all these other sheriffs, and no one even knew what he was talking about. And every year, the 2 jail inspectors in the state ding these sheriffs for not having it. It's on that inspection. You don't have it, and they're dinged on it. I put together a custom program. I said, I'm going to do this what I feel is best. It's not going to be off the shelf. I'm going to literally build you a maintenance system based on what you actually have at your building. One off the shelf, let's take a stab at it. And I put this program together from scratch without any, looking to other sources. I said, let me just take it and put it together. And it kind of has flown ever since. Everyone that gets eyes on it, I'm still continually hearing new benefits of it. But what you have in front of you are actual copies of other sheriffs. Sheriff Collom, is it Collom? I believe you have Blackford County, the thick one.
Yep.
So you have the Blackford Jail. Blackford County decided to do that for their entire portfolio. So it extends beyond the jail. But what you have is the jail program. So what we do basically to meet this standard, we go into these jails and we put together this maintenance program for that jail. Specific equipment, quantities, what it serves. We have vendor lists in the back in case anyone, who are we calling to service this? It's a really great tool to have in terms of what equipment do we have in the building, what's it serving, and then how to maintain and how often. And then I took that a step further and I put that program into a digital monthly tablet. So now I take that, I've got a software platform that we take that, and now every month you actually now know the work is getting done. And then I build the templates for this maintenance myself. And I do that based off of the experience of your in-house janitors or maintenance. Obviously, I've been doing this 20 years. I understand I'm not going to build a template for a custodian that he's not going to understand one word of what I build
Yes.
versus, so I've had great success in terms of putting these together, but either way, you're taking your model from reactive to proactive. You now know the work's getting done, and even if we're not getting really technical, you know someone's up on that roof, you know someone's checking the filters, you know someone's looking at the BAS, you're looking at the and that program, the jail laundry, the jail kitchen, there's a lot of equipment within a jail, and jails get beat up, they're 24/7, 365.
Yep.
This program, in terms of, one, you're going to a different model than most counties are under, which is reactive. So you now can bring in an outside new maintenance employee. He could hit the ground running. Instead of learning that building over 6 months, he could take that and hit the ground running. And now you know that work's being done month to month, so it's going to help you budget as well, and the council will really appreciate it. It's no longer, when it's 100 degrees, our air conditioning's broken or our chiller,
Yes.
you don't have time to go out to bid. Everyone's swamped, so you're getting premium rates, and the first one that jumps at it, so naturally you're paying premium, and there's no planning. Is it even the right equipment? Can we go a different direction? This kind of slows everything down to where you guys as the Board of Commissioners are officially driving the bus regarding your assets. And you don't really have a choice. You own these buildings, the courthouse, the jail. These building
Yes.
systems are up and running whether you like it or not. Where I come in is I'm trying to get you guys data and more information and accountability to actually now say, hey, we've had problems over the last year with this one piece of equipment. Let's start getting bids. We know it's on its last leg. Lawsuits are a big issue with jails, with inmates. This program, I've talked to several lawyers as well as insurance reps. They said, you throw this on the table at any litigation, it's over. With inmates in terms of COVID, I'm sick, they don't clean, I'm hot, there's no heating, and I almost died because I got the flu. I mean, this program proves not only do we know what kind of mechanical systems, but it's documented quantities, what it's serving, pictures, and then here's the other half of it, the template. We now know it's being done. So you've got real liability and legality protections as well. So between the two, that program, which from a regulatory you're meeting a standard, and then there's all the benefits of obviously someone coming in and knowing. A custodian could go through that program and actually know, well, I didn't know how to do that before, but I'm basically explaining how and what needs to be done for each building system. As you can see, there's really nothing missing. I go through the building inside, outside, backwards, forwards. I'm on site for about 4 hours, and then the rest of it is compiled from my office. And between the two, you're like a month, 2 months to officially launch everything, and here's the deliverables. The Core Inspect, the digital platform, is a 3-year. So every month, whoever you designate to actually go through it and fill it out, I get the completed reports. I keep my own notes on the back side for you guys. You basically have a facility manager that's outsourced without even using it or needing it. I'm going through these reports, documenting, to make sure you look at that next month, make sure I know and to keep an eye on this for summer, because your employees are putting notes. You could take live pictures before and after. Repairs, there's a tiny hole in the roof, he caulks it before and after. You know work's getting done. You could take pictures and be like, this is the actual piece of equipment that you're not going to get on a ladder or roof, but now you have a picture of an issue from 10 different angles, and we can forward that to vendors. I mean, there's so many possibilities for where this goes, but it all started with compliance. So yeah, basically I would then take that completed inspection for the jail, for the courthouse, whatever, and then forward it to you guys monthly.
So he would send a report every month, then it would come to you, and then you
He
would...
completes the inspection via tablet. This is something you would have to get him, and then I would download the app on here. He completes it, very simple, yes, no. I've got different ways, multiples of 1 to 10, and compliant, non-compliant, danger, at risk, safe. There's a bunch of different questions and how he can answer. Once that he fills out the template that I custom build to that facility, once he hits complete, I get it. And now I go through it, keep notes on the back end, looking out for you guys and things that you should maybe know about. I then forward the PDF as well as an analysis to you. So if you want to go through this 10-page report, you can literally look at my 1-page analysis. Hey, this is what was done. This month, we're in good shape. Just take a look at page 4 regarding that chiller. There, that's the 3rd time we've had an issue with a belt. It's kind of stuff like that I'm giving you a 1-page, bam, hit it. And if you want to dig into the actual and complete an inspection, you could.
Do you create a schedule like for filter changes that he should be changing
So
filters this month?
Good question. I build 2 templates. There's a monthly and then I build a quarterly. So the monthly is everything and any and all building systems, interior and exterior, outside of your building systems that would strictly be quarterly, which I also build a quarterly template. That one's usually shorter, but that's your mechanical equipment. That's your laundry, your kitchen, your Ansel system, your fire sprinkler, the systems that are quarterly maintenance, annual maintenance, that all goes into that quarterly that they would fill out once every 3 months. So I send it out at the 1st of every month, and then I get it to you guys at the end of the month. But every 3 months, they would not get the monthly, and they would get the quarterly.
Okay. The things we're talking about here, that for the jail for example, that's $12,800. That's for 3 years. So that's $4,000 a year on that. I'm sure you guys know, maybe not the jail number so much, but I'm sure you know the courthouse. Irish Mechanical is there all the time reacting to things that have broken. We can't predict what things are going to go bad. Don can't predict what's going to go bad. I mean, Don does his maintenance, he does his cleaning, but he doesn't have a schedule like this of what needs to be checked or purged or opened and closed, those kind of things. You gave me an example of some place where they hired a full-time person because he could save them more money than they actually paid him. Remember what county that was?
Yes, that was Jay County. There's still in actual discussions. There was an article about me being there in that local paper about it. They called a executive session. Is that what you guys call when you get together? Okay. So basically, I took the same model of when I came in, very briefly, when I came into Porter County, Porter County government's one of the much larger counties in the state. They had 16 total buildings, and not like little one-off buildings. They had 16 very large, diverse facilities, from Opera House, Museum, Expo, Animal Shelter, Juvenile Detention, Jail, Court, Annex. They had all these buildings. They had 2 guys on staff that were doing maintenance, custodial, and grounds. Imagine what was really getting done. They were 100% outsourced. Vendors for everything. And for contractors to show up, I got 20 years approving invoices. Contractors aren't leaving for under $1,000 invoice. And I literally, when I got there, it was $2,500, $3,000, $1,200, over just stacks of invoices. And the vendors even were playing games by deliberately putting Band-Aids on it. Let's not fix it. We like this gravy train. And it's happening all over the state, by the way. I mean, maintenance and facilities is out of sight, out of mind, but it's like, you have a major opportunity. I'm in the business of efficiency. Like, I am here, naturally you do these things, by default you're saving money. So basically, I was like, you know what, let me run all these numbers. And I tallied all the numbers of what we were spending. I even broke it down by category. And I've done this for now several clients throughout the county as me under core. I would work with the auditor. I get stacks of invoices. I just go through them and put them in. Here's what you're spending on HVAC, plumbing, electrical, miscellaneous, door. And now, if you have the data, you can now make the decisions. And it sure helps the council. But basically, I took all of this and I said, let's go in-house. You have productivity, you have control, and you could justify the spend. So now instead of 100% vendor-based, now we're down to 20%. And your in-house guys, when a contractor is there, they're, per their job, they have to shadow. I don't care what you're working on, we got a contractor on site, follow him around. Ask him what he's doing, why, for the next time that happens, now you can do it. I mean, there's what I'm available, just subject matter expertise to help you guys with goes far beyond this. But yeah, basically, if we've got data here, it's very hard for a county to say, yeah, we're going to hire a new maintenance guy for $40,000. I mean, heads roll. It's in the paper and why, and then everyone's comparing everything else and what's he making. But you get the actual data and numbers. Well, you're spending $85,000 a year on Irish Mechanical alone. What's the problem if we spend? You can now justify. You can now plan. You can now. All this goes into you guys are learning and day by day, month by month, learning to drive that bus. You guys now have data, facts, you know what's coming up. These huge expenditures are no longer a slam in the face to you or the council.
The really exciting part, a lot of it's just preventing maintenance that we don't get done now. That's why we end up being reactive if something breaks and then we...
And honestly, if I may, It's me, I'm a small firm, I will always stay a small firm, I'm niche and actually want to keep it that way. But in terms of what we're talking about here today, I myself am going into these buildings. There has not been one client or one building where I didn't come out with a list for you guys. Hey, by the way, while I was there checking this out, do you know that blah, 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 you have a hole in your roof, blah, blah, you know that this isn't working and that's actually in 15 different pieces, major pieces of equipment. So, oh, there's a huge gas leak. By the way, you have yellow flex gas line on the roof, fuel, powering your rooftops. You get a gas leak up there maybe a couple weeks, and every time I go out, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm finding issues that are like, hey, you need to know about this now. I mean, you really, you can't go wrong with putting someone like me in your buildings, top to bottom, and I'll definitely shoot you straight on. These are some things you got to look at. I can easily go through your buildings while doing this and give you a high-level overview of a 5-year capital plan without getting crazy. I'll tell you right now, just from being there while we're doing this, start to look at this system or this system. I'm just trying to help you guys drive the bus and not be...
Well, that's the important part. The important part to me is the continuity. I remember when we hired Don after Dick had to resign. We hired Don. Of course, there was nothing. There was no information for Don on anything. Dick walks out the door, Don walks in, and now you got to figure out what we got. And we had just had a $2 million or so renovation with the Siemens on the whole HVAC, everything in there, and there was nobody that knew anything about it. So you don't know what to do until it breaks, and then Irish Mechanical comes in, or Siemens for a while it was under warranty, then Irish Mechanical after it went out of warranty. I don't think we even see Siemens on anything anymore ever, and so it's just something to think about. I mean, this really appealed to me to have a document in hand and to get some notifications of what needs to be done this month, and then somebody to follow up to see if it was done this month, and or at least somebody signed off that it was done this month and don't know. So,
Do we have anybody even out the jail that would do that?
No.
I mean, Justin's probably just
reactionary
something
what
goes wrong,
breaks.
he calls the contractor
Yeah.
in to fix it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Don doesn't go out to the jail or
No,
anything.
no. And I know we've had difficulty out there with the boilers, and probably there is such a thing that if they had done some maintenance on the boilers, drain them once in a while and clean them and refill, whatever you had to do to those things, I might have got a few more years out of them. You know, the ice machines went out there, and the dishwasher, I think, went out. So it's just things to think about. But this really appealed to me because I like to live that way. I like to know what I got and what I'm supposed to do, take care of. When am I supposed to change filters on this? When am I supposed to flush this? And instead of waiting until it breaks and doesn't work anymore, and then have somebody say, well, if you had changed filters on this 6 months ago, you wouldn't be having this problem today. And so
the agreement before you, which is what you have also, I proactively, I know you guys didn't ask for that, I have no desire to expedite that or even to have a vote on something like that tonight. I just wanted to
we would, yeah.
we could adjust. But my point is that currently between the courthouse and the jail, which are the two that I listed on there,
Yes.
you have at a minimum a couple $100,000, $600,000-$700,000 of building systems between those two at a very minimum.
oh yeah, I would.
I mean, this program comes down to $290 a month. You're basically paying $290 a month to make sure that the work's now getting done on plus or minus $1 million worth of equipment.
Okay.
That's just another way I kind of look at it from a value perspective. But like I said, this isn't something new. We're doing this throughout the state. My ultimate goal as a firm is to literally be trusted by the Board of Commissioners. That I want to go far beyond this and have demonstrated with other counties that there's very few people this day that truly have your best interests at heart. Which is sad to say, but honestly, my business is rocking literally from me being honest.
Yeah.
That when I've got counties that are now using me as an owner's rep, when they do a big renovation or they get a new chiller rooftop, Matt, get eyes on this, or Matt, actually you do the RFP to make sure we're getting quotes for apples to apples, and they're all quoting the same equipment. I'm doing one for Travis Roush, Sheriff in Martin right now with his fire system. Vendors coming in, playing games, gouging, no one knew what they were talking about, and I came in and we did a really straight RFP and it saved them probably close to $30,000. So my services are pretty broad, and anything regarding your existing assets I can help you with. So, but yeah, this is kind of the first step to. I'd like you to work with me and look to me for advice in any areas of your real estate and your assets going forward, for the way it really is and the right way to do it, regardless of whether it's a new project or how we going to maintain it. I've had other counties, they had me put together job descriptions for maintenance techs. Matt, what do we really need in a good tech?
Yep.
So there's a lot I can help you guys, and today's just the first step of, hey, here's who I am, and Landon, and here's what we do.
Well, we'll look at this, and then we'll talk about it next time we have a meeting, and then we'll have to take it to the council, see if that's even money, because they're the ones, as you know, they're the ones who spend the money, so we'll have to see if that's something that interests them, but you know, that one there is $3,000 a year, like you said, about $300 a month, for both, about $300 a year there, $3,000 a year there for the jail.
And the courthouse, the one that's both.
Yeah. Even if you just did the jail for the $12,000 there, I'm talking about, that's $4,000 a year. Boy, it wouldn't take much of a savings to catch something ahead of time and keep from making that repair. That would get that back pretty quickly. So, I think it sounds appealing to me, but we need to talk about it, of course. But let us do that. And we'll discuss it, and we'll get back with you.
I appreciate it. If I can come back in another meeting where I can actually show you a demo. I can forward you completed inspections of other counties. You can actually see what it looks like and how it works. But this is extremely user friendly. And like I said, the next step upon approval would be having a discussion about who's going to be doing this at the jail and the courthouse, and then making sure I build it. Yeah, and we can always tweak the templates, like, hey, that's a little too advanced, or let's, but it's absolutely.
If you remember, Landon was here last meeting,
Yes.
and then he contacted me because we were talking then about energy savings people looking at stuff and to see what they actually do or don't save, because we never really know if we actually save anything or not. We see those numbers, but you don't really know. So he told me, called, and we talked about what these guys do. That makes more sense to me than just doing an audit and changing the fixtures and assuming you're going to have this much savings, because you don't know if you are or not. But this is actual program to take care of what you got, So if you're going to buy what you need, maintenance is absolutely key to me to take care of it.
This isn't really new money.
It's not.
We're being smarter with our money.
We're going to spend that money anyway.
Whether you like it or not. I'm just trying to make it easier and helpful. I'm just handing these out, and I appreciate your time.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming back.
If you don't mind, I'd like to take my copies back. I can bring them back, and I'm kind of. I've had a lot of copies like, no, let me keep it, and I never see them again. I'm like, you know what?
That is a book there. Just so you guys, you don't know, but he's got the pictures of every piece of equipment in all these buildings and what the maintenance on it is and how you do what. And we talked about notifications, that if something has not been notified to him, that it's been some maintenance thing hasn't been done, would he send out notifications? And he is getting to that point where he can send out notifications to whoever the custodial person is, or the IT person, or the maintenance person, say, this needs to be done, and let me know when it is, and that kind of thing. Because we would get those reports also. We would know if that work had been done or not, as opposed to just maybe you got done today, maybe you didn't get done today.
And I also, upon request, I can get you a whole list of references, emails, phone numbers for other commissioners, sheriffs. I mean, this isn't like, who am I? I've got enough rubber on the road now to be like, hey, this is really going somewhere. And
I appreciate it.
So I appreciate your time.
It's a fresh look, a new way of doing stuff, and I like it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I hope I wasn't too long.
No, you're fine.
Nope. You talk about as fast as I do, though, so we get along fine. Works out okay. These other people can't follow us, but that's okay.
Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. You too.
Thank you.
So something to take with you and look at and see what you think, if it feels to you or not. My biggest concern is when Don leaves, and he will. Don only stayed this time because I talked him into staying because I was going to stay, and we figured we'll be done at the same time. But we got, multi-millions of dollars worth of equipment in that building, and when he walks out the door, if there's a plan, nobody's going to know what needs to be done and what was done last and what do you need to do. And
Well, preventative maintenance is.
Absolutely. It's tough. I understand the money, the $21,000 over the 3 years, that's $7,000 a year. I understand it's a lot of money. But we just need to pull up some of Don's bills and see what some of the things have cost to make the repairs he's made that maybe could have been avoided.
Most things break down because it's not maintained.
That's exactly right. Yep. All righty. Well, that was quick. Got a clerk report
June and July.
and SBC, the portal contract. Do we have that contract?
Yes, we do. What the SBC portal contract is a portal that I'd like to get for the county. And with doing all this COVID and everything, a lot of the counties are going this way. This portal uploads, they come in and scan all the transfer books, and all the transfer books will be put on digital. So if our office is closed at any time, the abstractors still have be able to go into that portal and research everything.
So it's for the whole courthouse, it's for the recorder's office?
For the auditor's office with all the transfers
Okay.
books dated back to 1800.
And what's the cost on it?
And it's like 39. It's $35,232.93.
And do you have that in your
Yes.
perpetuation fund, or where's your money come from for that?
Yes, it's going to come out of the plat book fund.
Okay.
And I've already talked to one of the council members in regards to this.
Mhm.
And he said I need to take it to the commissioners.
Yeah, it'd be our contract. As long as it's coming out of your budget, it's already appropriated, there's not a problem. Bruce, are you okay with that idea, that plan?
And there's also, I would like to also do the deductions, have our present deductions scanned in as well.
You mean the homestead deduction?
Homestead, veterans, every deduction we have. And then there'd be a portal out there online for the public. And then if we're closed or something, and they need to get their mortgage or their homestead or anything filed, because deadline's coming up, and I don't know what's going to happen here in the future.
Is that all public information?
That's all public
So anybody can find out about anybody's property, what their homestead is, and what their...
No.
So how would you keep them from going to someone else's information?
Well, it's on their tax bills. You can go look at the tax bills and see if they've got a homestead or any of that.
Okay.
But then this gives them the ability to go online and file that, and it goes into the portal thing.
Okay, but what Jim's asking is, can someone go online and look up someone else, what their mortgage exemption is or any of that?
That's public records, yes. But not through this portal. They can't look at that
Okay.
portal. They can go into the recorder's office and look up all that.
Okay, I guess my question is,
Mortgage and all that.
how are they limited so they couldn't do it? Once they get online and open up that portal, what keeps them from going just one
Because
place?
it's a blank document. It's a blank document that the taxpayers would fill out, that blank document, and then hit the send button, and it goes into our office. And then we have our own private portal that goes on to. This is just an access online.
So it would just be for specific information about that, but does that person have to prove that he's who he says he is asking for that information?
No, they just have to put when you file any of your deductions, you have to put your last 4 digits of your social security number and your last 5 digits of your driver's
Okay,
license number
okay.
on it.
So you would have to, some way of protecting
Right.
that then. You got any questions on it? You're the guy with that stuff, so.
No, I wanted to make sure I heard it right. This will not cross over into anybody else's office.
No,
In other words,
as of
not
right now,
scanning any, because the recorder's got their own
Mhm.
scanning system, I think.
that is correct.
And so this doesn't interfere with her contract
No.
with, and I just want to I don't want to cause any
Yeah.
conflict in the
No.
courthouse,
Yes,
is
I
what I'm trying
understand.
to eliminate. so.
Conflict in the
But
courthouse?
what's
Can't imagine
happening is a lot of the counties, White County's one of the main ones, that has started using the portal. And some that got there's like 10 or 11 other counties that are starting to do it. And this all came about when this COVID took place. And White County has everything so they can upload everything, and they can even do upload their scan in, their electronic payroll sheets.
Now, you said you had money in the plat fund to do that. Is there
Yes.
something that won't be able to be done off that money? I can't imagine you having $35,000 more than you needed in your plat
It's
fund.
got plenty of money in the plat fund.
Are you okay with coming out of that fund to do that?
Yeah, the flat fund would be sufficient
Okay.
to use that.
You got any reservations, any reason not to?
I don't.
But the deductions would be a private thing, that they could only fill out that blank form and send it into the auditor's office, and then that's not public knowledge. But they can go on to the GIS map, and you can look on there and see if that taxpayer has a mortgage, veterans.
How would they be instructed on how to do that, and that it even existed?
It's out there on the website.
On county website? Okay.
And then the main thing is to have the transfer books loaded up. That's our main goal, is to have the transfer books
Yeah,
loaded
and that
up
needs
for
to
all
be
the
done. Yeah, that
abstractors
needs to
or
be done.
anybody else that's doing business. And if the courthouse is closed, they can still go in there and do their title search and get their job done.
Well, who would the contract be with, and how much was it exactly?
SBC portal.
Okay.
SBC portal.
There's something I want to add to you on that.
Okay.
Because there's, like, it looks to me like we got two estimates here. One for 35,000, which looks like the transfer books.
Correct.
And one for 9,000, which looks like the deductions.
That is correct.
So actually, you're looking at a total of about 45,000, not 35,000.
Correct.
Correct?
Oh, okay, I didn't understand that, you guys all
They
all
add
in
those two
one.
together, yes.
And are they two different companies?
No, one
Okay,
company.
well, one says IRA and one says SBS, and so that's why I kind
It's
of,
all underneath, it's all
the
supposed to be
transfer book
underneath
on the sales service price estimate, in the corner it says IRA.
Right, and I
Yeah,
noticed that.
I've not seen that.
But it also
It's hard
says,
for me to read whether there's something,
like, I have this flyer here, Dan, if you want to see this.
and then this estimate up here says SBS. And so I didn't, when Jim asked,
Yeah.
are we doing with one company?
Yes,
It looks to me like
it's
we
all
got two
with one
different
company.
companies that we're dealing with, but. So I just want to make sure,
Yes, I understand.
and there's two estimates that I see. Looks like it's a total of 45,000,
Correct.
not just 35,000. You
Because,
still got 45 in the
Right.
book as well, don't you?
because when I first started with talking about doing this, it was all about the transfer books. And then, the other, when I talked to White County had their deductions on there, and I thought, well, that would be great too, because when we were closed there the whole month of April, people were calling in and wanting to file their exemptions, there was no way that they could go online and file that. And there's also this, SBC portal thing too.
Yeah, the SBS portals, I'm looking at
Yeah.
that.
It has IRA on it. And it's a county software hosting agreement that you can also review.
Oh, so the IRA is a different thing.
IRA and SBS portal, to my understanding, is one group together.
Well, that's where I was
Yeah.
Yeah,
confused, but I
it is
just saw
confusing.
two different companies on these bids, or on these estimates, and I want to make sure, because Jim asked her, we did with one company.
Yeah.
She said yes, and then I thought, well, wait, I got two different names here, so I
Yes.
want to make sure we,
It's a subsidiary of SBS.
You must be, yes, yep.
That, maybe the official entity dealing with subscriber relation activities, IRA is.
Where's the $9,000 one, Bruce? I don't see that one.
It's on the services price.
so here's,
And it's small.
Yes, this one here.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then farther back, there's another one. There's another one back there then. For proposed portal pricing, section 8. And that's got a recurring monthly bill.
Yes, there is a recurring monthly. These two prices are to get us to be able to, for them to upload all the documents into this portal and to get this portal started. And there is a monthly fee on there also.
On each one of them, each one has a monthly fee on
No,
top of this?
one monthly fee for the whole portal.
And what is it?
so are you going to do the monthly fee from now on out of the plat, or are you going to
Yes, from out of the
budget
plat.
that out of your general fund?
No, it's gonna be all out of the plat office.
So you're going to have 45,000 upfront cost
Correct.
initially, and then you're going to have 500 a month.
Correct.
Or however long the agreement is.
Correct.
It's a 12-month term that has an auto renewal policy.
You okay with that?
As long as we mark, I mean, we have a lot of auto renewal policies already.
Yeah, we do.
So as long as we're marking that to know if we want out, to give notice.
How much time we need, yeah?
It also has language in there limiting that if the increase per year cannot be more than 10% of the contract price.
Okay,
So you're not going to run into a 30%
Yeah.
jump in rate
okay,
on any given year.
okay,
And if you get a big one year, you'll know for the next year.
yeah, okay.
And that's something that's pretty standard anymore. They always do those renewal clauses.
Right. Okay,
And if you need me to have Rob Marsh come in and talk to you, I can do that.
no, I don't, I don't know about these guys might want, but that's what you do, and if that's what you're recommending we do to make your job better for the people of Parke County, I'm okay with that. I wouldn't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, other than what the cost might be, and you had the cost to cover it. It's not new money, right? So it's plat fund money. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's really nothing different than everything else. Everybody's trying to do things digitally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Computerized. We're getting away from manual everything. I mean, my tax returns I file electronically now. I don't even touch paper anymore. It's just the way it is. And if someone can file a mortgage exemption by the homestead credit, and they can do it from sitting at their home instead of walking into your office.
And then on our
That's
computer
what people want to do. And with the abstractors
Yeah.
and
So would that mean the
title
abstractors,
companies,
they wouldn't have to come in the courthouse to do it?
it's easy for them to go on and look for the transfer books and look for the property that way, then come to your office and dig through the books and look through the books. I understand that. That's just the way of the world. I mean, everybody's going electronic, everybody's going computerized, and this is no different.
But this portal also is going to be maintained by the auditor's office, and that makes your deductions to go paperless. Everything's going to be on there, so when you want to search something, you just pull up that. That will only be for the auditor's office to see those deductions, not anybody else.
And that's why I
So
just
we're
want to
going-
make sure.
like you said,
it
we're going
affects any of
paperless.
The other offices. For the
Yeah.
state.
Well, is there a motion to proceed with it and authorize her to do that? What are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
For those that don't have computers, they can still will come into the
Yes,
office and
yes,
physically
at any
file
time.
the paperwork.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of the older generation that would prefer
Yes.
having this on.
Careful now, careful.
This all kind of came
generation.
about when we were been closed the whole
Yeah.
month of April, when the abstractors can come in.
Some people might argue it's a knee-jerk reaction to something that you don't think is going to happen again. Okay?
Right.
I mean, for, 100 years, the courthouse hasn't been closed for 4
Yes.
months.
But we need to have
But we
it,
don't know that, okay?
and we need to have it digitized anyway.
With that being said, it's not, well, we need to do this because what if the courthouse is closed? More than likely, the courthouse isn't going to be closed.
Right.
Or,
Is this a better service for the taxpayers from the standpoint of
That's the
being able to
question,
do the
yes.
searches, being able to,
just security of records period. If the place blows up, we lose all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now we got it, so we need to have
So-
that done.
Yeah, because if the courthouse was to burn down, we'd already have that on the portal
Yeah,
out there.
that's my biggest concern,
the
to getting that stuff
backup they have.
digitized so we have it somewhere so people, no matter what happens here, we won't lose it. Too many courthouses have been lost over the last 200 years.
But this would go all the way back to the 1800s to where the plat books were started.
Okay,
oh yeah,
that'd be quite a job.
a lot of historical records in that courthouse. So
Yes.
if it goes to the
Yep.
ground,
Yep. Okay, is there
fire, we've lost it all.
a motion to approve, guys?
Anyway, since she's got the funding in place through the plat book, and I think it's a service that can be beneficial to our citizens and people who deal with it, I'll make a motion that we allow the auditor to proceed with contracting with SBC Services for the services she's mentioned.
And I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And
Okay.
then all I need is Jim's signature on this.
Okay.
And those two. Then on this one.
those two back, and okay, on the contract, Nick, it's got, sign this blank day of September 2020. Do I need to scratch out and put the extra date in there? Do I need an initial after I do that? Okay,
You might have Laura initial next to you also.
okay. Okay, Laura, before I change that date to,
It only has
Or
a
to
3
change
day
the date
notice to
there, you
terminate.
need the initial
that's
next to
good.
it.
Okay, something changes, we can get out of it then, okay. Other than all the setup stuff.
I think it did say you was on the hook if she didn't pay it. so.
Yeah.
So they bill you directly.
Just another hook, it's not a problem, yeah, just add it to the rest of them. Okay,
There's fishing lures where they got like 8 hooks going on.
yeah. Traveler's claim.
These kind of look like the same thing, but they got different claim numbers on them.
It's the same vehicle, same thing happened to it. 2017 Chrysler Pacifica on both of them.
Yep,
It's from two different claim handlers. The claim handlers' names. are
yeah, it's one of those
different.
things of rocks that came off the truck, I mean, how do you prove that anyway, so I think they're typically denied. Okay, and then we have the meeting agenda for the Wabash River Heritage Border. And then I already signed the document and sent it back for the Crum Forster there, the
Yep.
insurance.
And I think there's one other one too that needs to be signed. Let me double check that, Jim.
Did we actually skip that?
We haven't got there yet, yeah, we're going to. Oh, yeah, we did skip that.
Yeah,
yep.
you skipped
Yeah.
it. It was between the clerk's report and the SBC contract.
This right here, this document here with the kind of,
Uh-huh,
that one, that needs to be signed.
I've already signed it.
No,
You-
not this one, you haven't.
Let me
Which
see,
you signed
let me see it.
when we handed out all these.
Yeah, I signed it. You got a copy of it. In fact,
No.
yes, you do have. You got the original. I just gave it to you.
Yeah, well, he went and had copies of it made earlier.
Oh, so you already signed it, because I have to upload
You
that
did
to
that
Ron.
when you got here.
Yeah.
This one's not signed. I gave it to you
Oh, you got it
when
then?
you came in.
It's not that one.
No.
She's saying.
Okay.
No.
Thank you.
Page 3 and 4 signed. 3 I initialed, the option 5 and initialed that. On page 4 is where I signed it. Yeah, that's going to be it.
Because he gave you the original and give her
Okay.
copies.
Yep, you got it. Okay. I'll just keep this here so we
I'll
can
upload
get.
it to Ron tonight.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, then we have the sign here for Partnership Parke County for the signage out front of the building. And a picture of how it will look out there, and I think it looks pretty sharp. They are going to change it to Parke County Annex One. We talked about having an Annex One.
Yeah.
In case if you come again, we don't change the sign. Should the prosecutor change, we have to go to a different place for the prosecutor's office, so that's a rented property there, so
Yeah.
who knows what that might happen. So they're going to add the number 1 after Annex. And we've already approved that. That's just what the design looks like, so.
Good.
Total cost is $22.42. And then the putting it in deliverance, so a total of $3,055.
And then I believe Cindy wants you to sign this.
Yeah, we probably ought to vote on that total. I think it's the first time I've seen that total. So I'd make the motion that we approve the purchase and placement of the sign for the EOC building for the new Parke County Annex One in amount of $2,242, and then installation and delivery of 8/1/12/50 for a total of $3,055. I'd make the motion we approve that.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Is it the digit one or one
No.
spelled out?
Spelled out, yeah. We can't jump all the way into the 21st century at one time. Okay. All right. Did I skip anything else here?
Nope. It's all covered.
Okay, Julie's not here, Chris is not here, Justin's not here, but Randy is. Good. Did you get a chance to get up and look at what the sewers were talking about on the,
Yeah.
anything you can do, or does it need anything?
I don't really think there is.
Okay. Brush okay on it?
Well, we might, if we get time, we may try to.
Okay,
put
good.
some brush.
Good. What we're talking about is there's a new business going in up on 550 East, which is across 47 from Howard Road. And there's a greenhouse up there now on that road, big greenhouse. And there's a new business going just beyond that. It's going to be a tin and metal shop kind of a thing. So they had called about the semi-traffic, but they get a lot of semis anyway already with the greenhouse on there. And they just asked if we'd look at it, see if there's any place to widen it, but there's really not, so I'll let them know. Sorry, Chris, I didn't think you were here. I walked by your door a while ago and you weren't, so we just jumped over you, so I'll get you here in a minute. We'll get Randy out. So what you got?
I got a claim for bridge inspections, amount of $95,625.83. Need your signature. That's the whole claim.
Yeah, it's everything.
Ours is only $76,566.
Oh, okay, rest of it's state?
Yes.
Okay. That I'm okay with.
What was that number again?
The
Our
PO number?
part or the whole thing?
The grand total.
Oh, here, I'll give it to you. Get that one.
95, 625, 83.
Is that 80/20 match? Is that how that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what else you got?
Well, it's about time for yearly bids for supplies. So I need signatures on this top page. Laura needs to attest it. For culvert, bridge material, bituminous material, all that stuff.
Okay.
Patrol in.
It's just a request for proposals?
Yes.
Okay. Cindy, we approved your sign and we signed the document. I still think Meece building had a better sound to it, better ring to it, I thought.
The name.
Oh, well, okay then.
Well, we don't want things thrown.
So,
Yeah, well, there is that.
we can make a copy for you, Lee, when I get that out.
Yep.
There's a copy of the bids.
Did you send one? Is that for me to sign?
Yeah, do we, well, all three
Oh,
of
we
us.
all three,
All
okay.
three.
We need a motion for Laura to,
Yeah, you
you know,
do.
put this, advertise it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion is that we allow the auditor to advertise the notice to our supply dealers that it's time for them to bid for those things that you just talked about, so.
I'd second that. All in favor, say aye. Okay.
You can keep that copy too.
Huh?
You can keep that copy too, we can get a
Okay.
copy of it. Should probably come up to the bar and get it. We started patching today. Plan on continuing patching this whole week, so.
Great.
Sign
Other
one,
than
too.
tomorrow, which we're off
James
tomorrow.
can probably go copy.
Don't have to be. You could come in and just give it today if you wanted
No, I
to.
didn't come in at all.
Yeah. Have them vote on the way through, drive through voting or something in their truck. And
Yeah.
I tell you,
Signed by you and Bruce.
on the roads on the north that I have been on, they're looking pretty good. I mean, they're
Yeah, we've got some blacktops up there that need to be patched.
patched, yeah. And when do we hear from this round of grants? That'd be December, so they'll let people know? I think it is too. Due in by the end of last month, like the last day or two, the
Yeah.
end of October they were in?
Yeah, the 24th, 6th, something like
That's good. We got some paving jobs on there that really need to be done. Here you go, Bruce.
Got 'em in today or morning of.
Okay, good.
You want me to talk about the personal property taxes?
Yes, let him know. He's got stuff for you here.
You asked about the road graders and the personal property taxes. Whoever was informing us that, whoever's in possession of the leased property pays the taxes on it. That's in the Indiana Administrative Code. But from what I've read on it, looks like we fill out a Form 103N like we would on personal property we own. But then we provide our whatever proof we have that we're tax exempt, and we'll file that. So it is our responsibility, but it doesn't look like we'll have to pay taxes on it.
Now, here's what the problem is. We've already paid it, right?
Yeah.
We got the bill from the company that owns those pieces of equipment, and that tax was included in what we had to pay because they didn't pay it. So we're going to have to notify them that we need that money back then.
Right.
Okay. Is that something that you would send them a letter to tell them that, or is Randy send them a letter to tell them that? How do you want to do that?
I think it'd be better for him.
I can send them a letter if Randy can give me information on the
Okay.
bill. I'm sure I probably have it somewhere, but,
It was quite a bit.
okay.
And the wheeled excavator will be the same way.
Yeah.
Next year.
Hopefully we can avoid sending them the money, but by having this,
They would have paid that to our county assessor, right? Or who they pay that to? What they billed us for.
The courthouse, I don't know, the assessor, I guess.
Yes, if anything to the treasurer's office.
Okay.
The assessor would have sent them the bill on it.
so the treasurer would
Right,
have
the
to
assessor would assess it. and
reimburse
then
us.
The payments that would all go to the
To the
county treasurer.
treasurer. Okay, so I'll talk to our treasurer before we
Okay.
send out a letter.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
You betcha. Be nice to get that settled, so next time we know we don't have to pay that up front.
Yeah.
And the company knows we don't have to pay it up front, and we won't have to go through this if,
We're the only county that has.
yeah, I know. But it was pushed hard, so at least now we'll know. Now it's settled, I think, so good. You did good.
Their law on it was accurate as far as whoever's in possession,
Right.
but we're not somebody that can be
But we're
taxed.
exempt, right,
So we've taxed ourselves.
right. That actually saves the company by being that way, because they don't have to pay tax on it. We do, and we're exempt, so nobody has to pay the tax on that,
Right.
so,
It's a
okay.
loophole.
Yep. Okay. What else you got?
That's all I have, unless you
Really?
have something else.
Brush cutter going?
No, we got taxi today.
Okay.
How about,
So we're still short?
It was going Friday.
staff? How many short now?
Still 3 short. I got
Okay,
one started today and one's supposed to start next Monday.
good.
And I'll still be about 3 short.
Okay.
They're maybe gonna get that.
Okay. Before winter gets here, you gotta plow snow, yeah. Yeah. May have trained me in one of those things, and see if I can take out some mailboxes. I can do it, by gosh. All right, we appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
Sounds good.
Anybody else have anything for the, oh,
Chris?
yeah, Chris, I forgot you. Sorry about that.
I just need a piece of paper signed that, you guys already signed before, but somewhere to this place.
You got your notice from Roy that he's got that figured and where it needs to go and that, all that
Yeah, I
stuff?
think we got probably about 80% of that figured out.
Good,
so.
okay.
And all that's just the multi-hazard mitigation plan grant. I talked to you guys about it beginning of October. And I just needed that piece of paper signed so
Okay.
I can send it off to the state.
There you go.
Besides that, everything's.
That was
going
quick.
well.
Are we meeting Wednesday?
We will meet Wednesday.
Okay, okay. There was something I was thinking I was gonna ask you about those. Well, just to tell you guys what the incident is working on right now is trying to make plans for vaccine distribution. When we get vaccines, flu as well as COVID, but the flu will be a kind of a test case, get everything set up and running, run through the ambulance service is our hope that we get to that position. So cooperation between the health department and the ambulance service and Indiana's Homeland Security stuff. Once they get all those things figured out, then we'll get something set up and have a way for people to come and get vaccines. Okay, you're doing good. Keep it up. Thanks, Chris.
I just got the annual report for Rockville Lake.
Okay. Still holding water?
Still holding water.
Okay, that's a good thing. So in your opinion, how was the year?
Not too bad.
Okay.
Our only real slow month was April, that's when we had the lockdown,
Yeah.
but it picked up. It was really busy.
What kind of response did you get off that from people? I knew you had to call people and tell them they couldn't
They
come.
were pretty upset, especially when the governor changed his mind there at Memorial
Yeah,
Day.
yeah.
They were really upset about that one.
That wasn't you doing that or us.
No. But overall, it went pretty well. We got probably about 3 seasons of work done on the old shower house.
Good.
It's looking really good now. We completed an energy audit with REMC, so everything's energy efficient now. We completed that program in August. Project shelter, had that repainted.
Tell you, we camp a lot. We go, well, if you call motorhoming camping, but we go a lot. And as you know, and I know you've been around it for a long time, but there is nothing more important to the impression of a campground than the shower house, how clean it is and how good it is. And we see them all the time. You're just amazed sometimes. It might be a nice KOA, but the shower houses, they let them go. They're rusty, or the floors have got cracks in them, and they look like you don't want to be here, you know, and don't want to go and take a shower here, and so you don't go back. So it's just so important. So I'm glad you're working on that and got that.
Yeah, we got the floor redone. We've got walls repainted. It's got LED lighting in there.
Great.
And it's also vandal proof.
Great.
It's got light sensors in there as well. We replaced the lighting on the outside as well. New hot water heater.
Super.
So.
Good.
And then I also included some upcoming projects that we got planned for next year. We still got some painting to do at the old shower house. Finishing the frisbee golf tee pads. We still got 4 of those that need to be done. And let's see.
How about the septic? Is that all done?
Yep, that's done.
Okay.
That was done.
And we've been approved by her and we're taken care of?
Yeah,
And
so
we're
far
good?
so good.
Okay, good.
Didn't have any problems with it.
Wonderful.
The only problem I guess we did have would be they tied it in, one of the breakers in to site 13, and one of the campers shut that off.
Really?
Put an industrial lock on that, so that doesn't happen again.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
Well, it was a difficult time with the inspector, but she was doing her job as she saw it, and it made things difficult, but I understand the position she was in, so I'm just glad it's all taken care of.
got it done, don't have to worry about
Yes. Everybody did well on that. I appreciate your effort.
yeah, no problem. So,
You kind of inherited that when you got there, so.
yeah. So, and then we're also going to be teaming up with the soccer league about potentially redoing that fence up there. We're going to do that in-house.
Did we get that worked out with passes so people can come through the gatehouse and
Oh, yeah.
park on this side, so?
Yep, this was our second year with the passes,
Good.
actually, so they
I thought
park
that,
in there.
I thought that would work, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Nobody abused it, nobody went on down to the lake and stuff after they went to the gatehouse.
They actually got 3 free passes to go into the lake.
Oh, nice.
After that. So,
Nice, good,
Yeah. So we're getting along really well with them.
good,
And then pretty neat. They have a nice soccer game for the kids.
Good.
A couple times a year. It's
Good.
pretty cool. So.
anything you need from us?
Nope. I just wanted to present that to you. So.
I appreciate
show
your
you
work.
what's going on out there.
I can tell you, I don't know about these guys, but I really feel like we're in good hands. I think you're taking care of the place, and that's an important little asset
Love it
for
out
us.
there.
Most people are unfamiliar with it. They don't know what a nice asset that is, what a nice park. It really is a nice
Oh, yeah.
park. It just is. And I'm not sure I want it any more well known than that, because then it might be too crowded and too busy. It's just a nice place. You're full most of the time, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, so we don't really need any more. We're full now, so
Yeah.
I think you're doing well with that. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you another year, see how it goes, and
All right.
see what we think. See if it works out okay. We appreciate you. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Pam, Larry, you guys got anything for us? Any questions for us? Okay. I guess entertain a motion to adjourn. We're adjourned. Thanks all.
What time is it? 5:14.
So, are we going to have a gizzard night, you think, at Mecca sometime? I'm serious now. I'm not sure I can go.
We are.
I'm not sure I can go another year without some, so I don't
We are
know.
working on our kitchen, and right now we're without heat. We're waiting on Becca.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh man, it's a tough night for that.
well, we've got electric heaters in there.
Yeah.
Making them out, and I'm done with them in my
That might get too cold in there. That might warp your floors or something.
Yeah, I know.
Trouble with that.
Jason Frazier just texted and said, don't forget vehicle grant for USDA.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah,
You got
that
that? Okay.
That was something that was 2 commissioners ago, and that was advertised, and he said, I don't remember, something that, it was kind of a bid thing.
I don't know what it is.
I'll ask them.
We can open the meeting back up, so let's.
I think it was just some kind of acceptance thing, but I had to do an advertisement in the paper, and it's been.
Thing for us to accept? You mean that it's
Yeah.
okay?
To accept the,
In the minutes, and who's doing the minutes? You doing them, or you doing the minutes?
county does minutes.
Would you make a note in the minutes then that in the light of the last minute information from the sheriff's department, we have reopened
Turn recorder on.
the meeting?
Now, let me call Jason real quick and make sure we do whatever he needs. It's been a minute, I don't remember what exactly.
Because I've advertised it twice.
So I'll say it, when you got the recorder going, tell me and I'll say that again.
Okay.
It's something.
In light of last minute information immediately following the vote to adjourn, we've got some new information on a outstanding grant request from the sheriff's department, so we're going to reopen the meeting and deal with that, and then we will adjourn immediately following.
We've already approved then, though, to pursue the.
Pursue it, yeah.
Yes, we have approved to see it, but then I had to advertise for some kind of bid thing. And
So you need to close your meeting, enter a special meeting for public comment on the grant. If there's no comment, you can close that and go back into your meeting and approve.
We don't have to advertise a special meeting? We can do it right now?
I thought she said Sherry did.
I've already did the
Oh, okay, all right,
advertisement.
then cancel that, Tammy, we already adjourned, just leave that out. I will now open the special meeting, and for the purpose of a hearing on a USDA grant for a vehicle for the sheriff's department. Anyone have comments or concerns? Hearing none, do we need to make a motion to approve it then, or to finalize
You'll
it?
close your special meeting and you'll go into a regular meeting.
All right, then I make the motion that we close the special meeting and hearing.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And now we're going to reopen the meeting, okay? Now, Tammy, I'm going to, with following the special hearing meeting, we're going to reopen our regular scheduled meeting for a moment to deal with the business that came in after the fact.
Okay.
So now what do you need from us?
If you're willing, a motion to approve is an application for the USDA grant.
Yes, it's just to get, in order to purchase a new car
Right.
for that.
So we're just approving his applying for the grant,
He's already applied for the grant, we just need to make a motion
to accept the grant?
to accept the bid and be able to get another car.
Okay. So he has a bid on the car?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so he's got the grant money, we're just accepting the price of the car from the company?
Yes.
Okay, I'd make that motion then, and we accept the price of the vehicle of the sheriff's department that is going to be paid for by a grant received by the sheriff's department from USDA.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And all business being done, we are now stand adjourned. All right, that was interesting.